Good afternoon, friends. I've been trying to find a way to write about this, and I decided, you know what, I think I can do a better job speaking about it. So there's been a few incidents since I've been here in Jamaica. It's been 3 weeks I just love this country. I love the people. I love everything about it. But I just wanted to share with you, all week I was going to the marina to hang out and do my work and really enjoy the restaurant there, which is a beautiful space. It's part of a public marina that's all been refurbished. It's called the Errol Flynn Marina. And the restaurant has a swimming pool in it. And the swimming pool is for the people who come in on the boats from the marina. And they're all, so far, as I've seen, they've all been white people who swim and use the pool and use the restaurant and have drinks and food and so on. So all week I've been swimming in the pool. I don't have a boat. No one questioned that, of course, because my skin's white and I fit in. And I wasn't trying to get away with anything. In fact, the manager of the restaurant, who's Cuban, was so cool about everything. He said it was no problem for me to swim there. And I mean, it's just part of the restaurant, kind of, you know. It's the way they've set it up is really what I'm upset about. Well, actually, no. What I'm really upset about is what happened yesterday. So all week, so yesterday was Thursday, so that's the fourth day. So yesterday, I invited a friend of mine who's Black Jamaican, very dark, what you guys say, blue-black, you know, very dark-skinned Jamaican, to come there and meet me for a drink. So he came there, and he wasn't coming for a swim or anything like that. I was going to have a swim, and the security guard came up and told him that he has to tell me that the management says that I'm not allowed to swim in the pool. So he said, no, you need to tell her that, not me. That's not up to me to do that. So the security guard came and told me that, and I just was like, okay, because I knew that that was the rule, but I observed all week, and I did swim in the pool all week, and there was no problem. So I know that this changed because a Black person was with me in that bar.
Hello, good people. Let's take some viral clip here where a white lady goes wild on Jamaicans claiming Jamaicans are racist. In this clip, she claims Jamaicans are just ignorant and racist.
And there have been very, very few Black people in the bar. So to me, it's one of those spaces. This is only my opinion and my observation, but I observe that the management of the Errol Flynn Marina, and I hope Michael Leachin hears this, it seems to me that they're trying to keep that space very white in a country of Black people. And I'm very, very upset that they would, I don't care that they're calling on me to follow the rules. I'm cool with that. But I know the only reason they did that was because a Black man was with me.
Let's talk about some historical context of racism in Jamaica. And before that, let's play the clip.
So I don't know what the issue is with some people from other islands when it comes to Jamaicans and when it comes to you not disrespecting us and not liking us. Because you see Jamaican people, all we do is eat mangoes and mind our business. You don't see Jamaicans coming on here talking about no other islands. You don't see us picking on you lot. You don't see us bullying you lot. But you lot stay coming on here disrespecting Jamaican people solely for clout. And I don't know why some of you lot do it, because Jamaican people, if anything, we can cuss, bruv. So we just gonna cuss you lot in the comments. Like the Haitians once upon a time tried us and had Jamaican people in the comments about to take back our donations that we gave in the earthquake. Now here comes the nigga that swallowed Jonah from the island of the Bahamas talking about Jamaica people unprovoked for no apparent reason. Respucia, what the hell did Jamaican people and Jamaican people's food and culture did to you for you to come out here be disrespecting us? And if we clap back now and we start talking about you lot and we start this and we start that now, you lot will come and try vilify us and make us seem like we are the problem. Now if one of us Jamaicans was to come on this app, I don't know who, but if one of us was to come on this app and say something along the lines of, we ain't never seen no girl with the capacity to be built like a bad breath, because the minute we saw her, we said, we would be the bad guy. If somebody was to come on this app, I don't know who, again, I really don't know who, and said that this girl is built like an old Victorian bicycle seat, we would be the bad guy. If somebody, again, I don't know who, was to come on this app and said her 2 kneecaps gaps or sitting closer together than somebody's front teeth. Do you understand me? Jamaicans, again, we are the villain. We're the villain. It's Saturday, bruv. It's Saturday. Some of us are at home making soup. Some are outside working. Some are stealing edge control and looking for their baby fathers. We're just doing what we traditionally do on a day-to-day Saturday basis. We don't bother anybody. We don't do nothing to no one. But yet we always sit at the pinnacle of dragging and we don't do nothing to nobody. And you know, it wouldn't be so bad, you know, because Jamaicans, like I say, we can defend ourselves. We can cuss back, you know. We don't really take nonsense from people. But, you know, small islands, bruv. If you lot want to cuss us, can you lot start sending your good-looking people, bruv, to cuss us, bruv? Can you lot stop making it so easy for us, bruv? We need a challenge, bruv. You know, don't be sending the girls that wearing necklaces is a myth, bruv. The girls that's heads are basically just sitting on their chest because they ain't got no neck. Like, the esophagus is a myth, bruv. You understand what I'm saying? Start sending the curvy women, the bad bees, bruv, the rich women, you know? Send those ones to talk about us for us to at least struggle in order to find something to say. Don't send girls that be out here built like bad credit, like their hip dip is in the minus, bruv. Don't be out here sending the girls whose hip dips be out here imploding like that submarine that went 12,000 feet below sea level, bruv. Send somebody else, bruv. Send some of the bad bees to talk about us, bruv. You understand? And Caribbean people, please, can we start getting along? Like, believe it or not, Jamaicans actually like you lot, bruv. We actually like you people. We like, you know, your little walk-up culture. We like your accent. We like your food. We like you lot stuff. We mess with you lot, bruv. We don't know why you don't like us, but we mess with you. And I know it's not all of you. I know that a majority of you lot are some beautiful people. You just have the rare few. Like this girl here that some could say breasts out here looking like 2 used tea bags. Do you understand? Longer than Mandela's walk to freedom. Let's be moving forward. We love you lot, bruv. You know, we cousins. You understand? We all came from the same place. Some of us, not all of us, but we all came from the same place. We all had the same struggles. You know, we basically, bruv, we all act and do the same nonsense. We roughly eat the same food. We just cook it the same way. Let us get along. We don't care if you people want to go and do whatever you lot want to do with dancehall. We don't mind for you lot to come and enjoy. We don't gatekeep nothing, bruv. We mess with you lot. We with you lot, bruv. You understand what I'm saying? If anybody talk about the Caribbean, bruv, we in there riding with you lot, bruv. Shotgun, passenger, we there with you. Can you lot just stop coming out here and dragging us? We don't do nothing to anybody. So Bahamas, if you lot could do Jamaica a favor, just a real quick one. If you could just do Jamaica a favor this one time and go have a word with Precious, because we don't need this. You understand what I'm saying? You know, it's not fair on us to be out here getting dragged by one of the members of your country that be out here built like an old mattress. We don't deserve that. Because you know what? We ain't done nothing to her. We ain't done a thing to that girl, you know? We just be out here spreading the love, baby. We're spreading the love. So yeah, may we all continue to unite, for it is right. And, you know, enjoy the life of the Caribbean, because being Caribbean is lit. You know, we just want to be lit together. Good night.
So that's the part that I'm really calling out, you know. So then we left and went to the beach. They have a beach, what do they call it? Bikini Beach, to go swimming there. And it was 5 to 5, and the security guard came, a woman, and said, we can't swim there because they're locking the gates. So this is another thing now, this is another issue, but it's like, what are you talking about? How can you lock the beach? First of all, like, that was always a public space for people from Port Antonio have gone swimming in that area. We used to call it the Reef. And the first hotel that was ever built in Jamaica for tourism was the Reef at that area, which burnt down. And then we always went swimming at the Reef, and it was a public space. So now they've made this other beach they call Bikini Beach, and they lock it up at 5 o'clock. And I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Are you telling me that the people of Port Antonio can't go and swim in their own public area because somebody decided to lock a gate at 5 o'clock at night? That just doesn't make sense to me at all. And you know, the sad thing is that hardly anybody is using that area because of all these rules. And I said to the security, like, this is Jamaica, what kind of rules are these? All these Jamaican rules, I've never heard of these rules before. What are you guys trying to do? I think you're trying to keep the public out of their own spaces. You're trying to keep that marina for the white people that come as tourists. And that is wrong. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. That space is a public space. That's for the people of Port Antonio. And if you want to have your little swimming pool for the rich white people that come in on their yachts and get drunk and try to no, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Take that back.
Now, let's break it down real quick. Jamaica was colonized by the British. Unlike many other colonized countries, racism was backed into the system from the day one. Even after slavery was abolished, the economic and social power stayed in the hands of the small, white, or light-skinned individuals, and that legacy is still alive today.
If you want to do that, then build the swimming pool somewhere else. Don't have it in the restaurant that we all want to use. That's the only place in that whole area where you can get changed or do anything where there's a washroom. All the other washrooms they've built and the other public buildings they've built are all totally run down and not being used. And I'm calling out the Jamaica Tourist Board and whoever's running this Errol Flynn Marina to smarten up and get these buildings fixed and start allowing the public to come back in and use their space. That space shouldn't just be for the white people that come in on boats, the rich white tourists that come from all over the world. No, this is for Port Antonio, for the people that live here. So that's it for today, and I'm glad I got that out, and I'd love to hear from you. I know there are other people, especially in mixed race couples who are Jamaican, that experience this. The black partner gets interrogated and stopped and questioned, and the white person just walks right through. We have all the privilege in the world. Nobody ever stops us. Nobody ever says a damn thing to us. So I just feel sick that that's happening in this country, and I really want to call it out, and I want to have a discussion about it. I want to have a conversation. I want to start this conversation to really try to bring awareness. And if any of you are watching and listening and you know who I should be contacting in regards to the Errol Flynn Marina, which I understand Michael Lee Chin did a lot to redevelop that, but as far as I understand, that's still a public space. Who I should speak to, or if you know a person of influence, if you want to pass on my video to them so they know what's going on, I would really appreciate it.
I have seen many Jamaicans online, especially the younger generations, the so-called Gen Zs, saying enough is enough. People are tired of being told you are too black to be beautiful, or you look better if you are lighter. That's not just ignorance, that is internalized colonial racism. And what hurts the most is, this kind of mindset often comes from our black people. Just imagine the black people. That is the royal tragedy that we have. Let me ask you something, guys. How did we go from Marcus Garvey, one of the strongest Pan-African leaders, to bleaching cream ads on every corner? We need to call this out. Not to shame each other, but to heal, to wake up, because racism isn't just American or European problem. It's a global problem, and sometimes it hides behind our smiles, behind their privileges, and even behind reggae beats. But here is the good news. We can change this. Start by unlearning the lies we were fed by the system. Support black-owned businesses, black color, uplift our darkest brothers and sisters, teach our kids that black is not just beautiful, it's powerful and a privilege to us.
To be honest, I never experienced racism in Jamaica all the years I was living there. I say, it didn't even cross my mind. Like when I was little and when my mother car back, I was driving down the hill and a little girl or a little boy yelled out to me, "White girl." It just come in like a pet name to me. And to be honest, that's how it always was. And when I get big now, and I have my own car, and I get like a flat tire, I'm dip on the side of the road and come out of the car, gone in the trunk, come here, look out, look for the jack. And by the time me open the car back, me just see one or two cars stop. And them offering to help me, and before me know it, two tools and fix up the tire, and me go about the business. And just Jamaican people, they're warm, friendly, and full of joke.
Jamaica is perfect. No place is better than Jamaica. But let's hold each other accountable. With love and truth, racism has no place in Caribbean future. Unity, consciousness, and pride. That is the real Jamaican spirit that needs to be embraced.
And the next thing I remember now too is Nobody no go by them name and them birth certificate. Nobody at all. Them go by alias all the while. So, like I remember some name. One of them is Fat Man, and him don't fat, you know. And next one, Germs. And next one, Pressure Foot, and Pinchers, and Dog Heart. You name it, they come up with some name. And if you ever hear the story of how the name stick on them, you're dead with laugh.
Thank you for this comment, because the intersection of classism, racism, and colorism in Jamaica is a much needed topic. And one of the things that I learned when I started looking into the history of all this is that integral to the whole concept of Jamaica's development post-colonialism was that we not talk about it. Do you understand? It was conditioned. It was a conditioning of the people to not discuss this. All the research on race in Jamaica talk about this silent topic that everyone knows, like everyone knows that this is happening and no one talks about it. And that's why anytime the issue comes up, you will see a whole bunch of people say, this has nothing to do with racism. This is an American thing. We have classism, yes. We have colorism, yes. But there's no racism here. A bunch of people are running up and are not understanding the intersectionality that is going on. Classism, racism, and colorism are intertwined in Jamaica.
If you felt this message, go ahead and like, share, and drop a comment below. What are your thoughts on racism in Jamaica and in the world? Have you experienced it or witnessed it? Let's talk about it.
One does not exist without the other, and they are all the children of white supremacy. They are all born out of white supremacist culture that was handed down to us through colonialism. It took the United States more than 150 years after independence to have its racial reckoning with the civil rights movement in the 1960s. Jamaica has not yet had its racial reckoning. We have not yet gotten to the point where the majority of the people who are being marginalized, the people who are being denied access to the resources of the country they call home, the people who every day are subjected to the ills of racism, classism, and colorism in Jamaica. We have not yet gotten to the point where these people en masse are prepared to stand up for their rights against the minority non-black elite. But I strongly believe that a racial reckoning will happen in Jamaica. It may not happen in my lifetime, but it has to happen, because only for so long will a peoples endure oppression. And I believe we're still being oppressed. And just as African Americans stood up in the 1960s and said enough is enough, I firmly believe that this day of reckoning will come to Jamaicans one day.
Why Jamaicans wicked to them one another but not to foreigner? Guys, I forgot to tell you that the other day when I was coming back up, I was at Mobay Airport. It was my very first time traveling through Mobay, and my luggage was overweight. My check-in luggage was overweight, right? So I'm not fight it. I'm going to go up on the phone because I was bringing stuff for people as well. I let them know, so listen, this overweight, say I've got to help me pay to something. Fine. While I was on the phone, the girl never realized, say, but it's like, I hear them. But up on the phone, but you know, I listen same time. And our co-worker said to her, said, just make sure go through. Just make sure go through. And she did say to her, soft, you know. The girl load her up. No, I'm not make sure go through because she overweight, she must pay. Fine, but it feel away, but I say, alright, you know what, the girl just do her job, I not fight it. But one white man come right after that and he was to pay for something. And she tell him, say, it's okay, I'll let you go through. So he must go through. The man must go through. And me, a fellow Jamaican, not go through. My son, no. And to top it off, what I found weird was that she asked me, is a visa you have or a green card? Nobody has ever asked me that before. Like, if you have my passport, you will see what I have. So, but they find out weird. Find my answer.
And she do whatever on the computer. Can I see your vaccination card, please? You need to be vaccinated to come to the US. So I said to her, I did this online already and it was approved because you can do the thing online before you got airport here. But I go through all of that. I did it when I went to Panama. I was going back to the US and I didn't have any issues. So I said to her, I did it online. It was approved. I know, I see it, but I still want to check it. I said, girl, what you try do? What you really try do?
Did you experience a lot of racism growing up white in Jamaica? Very minimal. But I do remember one very racist moment. I couldn't have been more than 6. A fellow classmate, a very young girl at the age of 6 as well, would sing to me, "Black is beauty, red is corruption. Black is beauty, red is corruption." Now that I'm 40, I realize how deep that actually went. To think that here is this young girl and she's been taught by her parents to sing black is beauty and red is corruption. And that's also an important lesson to teach your children, because racism ends with you.